Be a big day. Let's go. It's time to get up on a Friday, and the energy around the league couldn't be more electric. The iconic Michael Wilbon makes his return to the spotlight, backed by a crew of seasoned analysts like Al-Anon, ready to dissect and deliver on all fronts. There's no time to waste. We're diving straight into what was undoubtedly the game of the night in Minnesota, a showdown between the Warriors and the Timberwolves that carried all the intensity and drama of playoff basketball at its finest. Golden State entered the night already at a disadvantage. Steph Curry, the heartbeat of the franchise and one of the most transcendent players of this generation, was on the sideline in street clothes. His absence left a void impossible to fill. The Warriors, clearly disoriented offensively, faced a rejuvenated Minnesota team led by Anthony Edwards, determined to make a statement after an embarrassing Game 1 loss. From the opening tip, the Timberwolves came out swinging. Minnesota's dominance was immediate, aggressive, and calculated. They led by 14 after first quarter and never looked back. Julius Randle, stepping into a leadership role, was simply magnificent. He orchestrated the offense with precision and poise, racking up 24 points and 11 rebounds, energizing a crowd that could sense redemption in the air. But as always with the Warriors, drama followed. Draymond Green, known as much for his basketball IQ as his combustible nature, found himself once again at the center of controversy. During a physical exchange with Naz Reid, Green flailed his arms wildly in what looked less like a basketball play and more like a provocation. It was his 5th technical foul in the postseason. With 2 flagrant fouls already on his record, he dangerously flirts with the league's automatic suspension threshold, 7 technicals. It could have easily been 6, as Green's animated protest toward officials nearly earned him another. The margin for error is razor thin. Then came a moment that froze the arena. Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves' young star, twisted his ankle on a drive to the basket. He collapsed the floor, and for a second, the air left the building. But in a show of grit and determination that belies his age, Edwards returned from the locker room to play the second half, finishing with 20 points and 9 rebounds. It wasn't just a physical comeback. It was symbolic. Minnesota is growing up before our eyes. Meanwhile, Golden State fell apart. Without Curry orchestrating the offense, the Warriors resembled a team grasping for answers. Steve Kerr, in an almost unprecedented move, played 14 different players in the first half, a clear indication of strategic desperation. The numbers were damning. With Curry on the floor during the postseason, the Warriors have been scoring at a rate of 116 points per 100 possessions. Without him, that plummeted to a dismal 93. The offensive engine was sputtering, and the defense failed to provide any sort of lifeline. Open 3 after open 3. The Timberwolves capitalized on Golden State's disarray, turning the second half into a virtual non-contest. The series is now tied at 1 game apiece, and the spotlight intensifies on Curry's availability. Without him, the Warriors are vulnerable, perhaps fatally so. In any era of NBA history, losing a player of Curry's magnitude would cripple a team. He isn't just a star. He is a gravitational force that bends a floor and redefines spacing. As Michael Wilbon aptly put it, no team could survive the loss of one of the top 15, maybe even top 10 players in the history of the sport. And to see him sidelined in this manner, dressed, watching, unable to contribute, it's not just heartbreaking for Golden State fans. It's a loss of the game itself. Yet Curry remains optimistic. Speaking with a mix of realism and hope, he acknowledged the toll injuries take, physically, emotionally, and mentally. He understands time is not promised. Every playoff run could be the last. Still, he's grateful the injury wasn't worse and hopeful there's still a path back. The schedule might offer a glimmer of hope. If the Warriors can win just one of the next 3 games, there will be a Game 6, a full week away. That might be enough time for Curry to return. In the meantime, Golden State must regroup. One bright spot was Jonathan Kuminga, who went on a tear with 8 straight, made field goals, reigniting some belief in the team's depth. But if there's to be any hope of extending this series and giving Curry a chance to return, it must begin with defense. Defense must become the identity, the anchor, the rallying cry. On the other side, Minnesota showed poise, but the specter of inconsistency looms. This is a team still learning how to win. Lapses in focus have plagued them, as seen last year when they squandered a lead against Denver. They are not without flaw. They can be had. And the Warriors, even wounded, know this. Finally, an unfortunate postscript. Draymond Green's night was marred further by an off-court confrontation. While on a stationary bike in the tunnel, Green exchanged words with a fan who was subsequently ejected for directing a racial slur at him. Green addressed the incident afterward, challenging the unfair caricature that follows him. "I'm not an angry black man," he said, reminding everyone that while he may be polarizing on the court, he remains deeply human off it. So the series shifts. The pressure builds. The storylines thicken. The Timberwolves have momentum, but the Warriors have pride, and maybe, just maybe, a spark left to ignite. The basketball world watches, waits, and hopes for a miracle, because nobody, no matter their allegiance, wants to see Steph Curry's season end like this.